wants to play Bodies, Bodies, Bodies?
Bodies, Bodies, Bodies is a movie about a group of rich friends who are all trying to have a good time at a friend's house during a storm, except that their friend Sophie, who they haven't seen in almost a year, just shows up uninvited with her new boo, B. Living in a world where everyone is just constantly looking at their phones and on social media and judging each other for the way they present themselves, all the friends at the party present a false facade until things hit the fan and their true nature comes out. This isn't just a horror movie satire or even just a critique of Gen Z culture. It's also an indictment of our society as a whole and how we treat each other when we can't handle being in stressful situations.
Our friend is dead, so if you could just not escalate this situation. I'm not escalating. You're holding the knife and you're moving your hands while you talk.
This movie was not as funny as I would have expected. It gave me vibes of what a high-budget YouTube or MTV movie could look like. The camera angles were pretty boring, too much shaky cam in most of the scenes for me to really enjoy what was happening, and in my particular showing the lighting was bad, which is not good for a movie that takes place primarily at night. The story is simple, a group of friends who all make bad decisions involving social media, drugs, alcohol, and a machete. It's about being manipulated by your own toxic emotional maturity. The characters are all teenagers or young adults who react quickly to the situation that they're in with the worst ideas possible. They're emotionally driven and quick to judge each other based on their appearance or their behavior rather than understanding them as individuals with unique experience that may not match up to the ones that they see online or in the media they consume.
You're always gaslighting me.
The trailer had more laughs and a better tone and pace than the actual movie. Now I know a trailer is only supposed to show a small slice of the movie and last about 2 minutes, but still, the disparity between trailer and actual film just took me for a huge surprise.
You are so toxic.
The movie was slower, more serious, and tried to have more emotional depth. It also had some unexpected twists, so I will give it points for that. You won't see those coming at all. I loved how they incorporated real-life Gen Z dialogue into the plot.
I can't believe you're making this about you.
At one point, one character tells another they can't say psychopath because it's ableist. Now that was hilarious. It made me feel like I was watching a group of 20-somethings actually deal with the real world that they are so clearly not prepared to deal with. However, this film has its flaws as well. It didn't do justice for those who love horror movies because there were few jump scares or gore. Also, there was no real sense of tension, just a sloppy Gen Z whodunit that I wish didn't bore me after a very intriguing first act. The only thing I can say about this movie is that it was very boring. There were no funny moments, and the only character that I liked was Pete Davidson's character. He was an interesting narcissistic who had a lot of things to say, but he couldn't keep them together or keep his head long enough to say anything meaningful or important.
That would be so fucking obvious if I were the killer.
David.
More.
His relationship with Sophie wasn't really believable because they didn't have that much chemistry together and didn't seem like they would ever get along well enough for the relationship to work out in real life, at least not for me. The twist at the end was the best part of the movie. All the other parts were pretty lackluster and I felt like I was watching my time, just watching them, staring at my watch. The only good thing about the movie is that it ends with a twist that makes you kind of want to watch the movie again, so you can see the plot unfold with this knowledge of foresight. You might like the movie more if you're a Gen Z yourself, but I wouldn't count on it because I sat next to a younger group and I asked them immediately when the credits started to roll what they thought. They did not enjoy the movie as well. If you're looking for a movie that offers up a sharp and witty take on Gen Z misogyny and toxic emotional maturity in horror satire, Bodies, Bodies, Bodies is the perfect movie for you. If you thought it was just going to be a fun and funny Scream movie made by 20-year-olds, you should look elsewhere. But let me know, am I being too hard on this movie? What did you think about it? Did you see a horror movie this year that you liked better? I think Scream was going to be much better for me, and I'm looking forward to see this year's Smile. Let me know your thoughts in the comment below, and if you liked the video, don't forget to hit like, and if you want to see more, feel free to subscribe and check out our website, cypherspit.com. For more news, keep it locked here on Cypher Spit.